Arey bachcho, I welcome all the students from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Okay. I am Mr. Mohan sir from Hyderabad. Today we are going to discuss about the equation of parabola, time of ascent, time of descent. This is the equation of parabola, time of ascent and time of descent. So before that, I wish you all good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Okay. Let us discuss the equation of parabola, time of ascent. So in the equation of parabola, time of ascent, time of ascent, time of ascent. Time of ascent means time taken by the body to reach the maximum height in the vertical direction as well as in the horizontal direction. Time of ascent, time of going up. Here you see one diagram I will show you here. I will show you one diagram here. You see that there is a body going on. At the highest point, the velocity in the y direction is 0 and acceleration in the y direction is minus g. Acceleration in the y direction is z. Now the body is projected with the velocity. U is the velocity where the body is projected. U is the startup velocity. When it starts moving up, it is resolved into two components. Along the x component, it is theta because it is the angle. Along the angle, it is u cos theta. In the vertical direction, its velocity is u sin theta. U sin theta is in the vertical direction. Now at the highest point, let us calculate the time of ascent, time of going up. What is the time of going up? Time taken by the body to reach the maximum height. Time taken by the body to reach the maximum height. Body to reach the maximum height. Time taken by the body to reach the maximum height is called as time of going. Time of ascent. Time taken by the body to reach the maximum height is called as time of ascent. In that, the startup velocity, the velocity which you are observing in the y direction, your velocity, startup velocity along the y direction, you are considering as u sin theta in the y direction, and acceleration is affected, is g. When the body is going up, its acceleration is g. Now time taken, time is equal to, you are calculating the time of ascent. Ascent, we are spraying the scent now. Ascent, time of going up. Now when it reaches to the maximum height, the velocity becomes 0 in the y direction. When the body reaches to the maximum height, the velocity becomes 0 in the y direction. So velocity is becoming 0 in the y direction. So now when you consider all these variables, all these parameters when you consider, then we can select only time equation. We have time equation v is equal to u plus 80 and displacement equation v square minus u square is equal to as. Displacement time equation is s is equal to ut plus half at square. So we have three types of equations are there. We select only time equation is the first equation of motion. First equation of motion v is equal to u plus at. V is equal to u plus 80. You select this. Final velocity, when it reaches to the maximum height, the final velocity is 0. So 0. So initial velocity. So when it is startup, it has the initial velocity in the y direction. Just in the y direction, it is started coming out. Okay. So it is u sin theta. Your acceleration is minus g because it is going up. Minus g. Time of going up is ta. Write this equation in the proper order. So we have u sin theta minus g ta is equal to 0. Now split it. So here u sin theta is equal to g ta. U sin theta is equal to g ta. Now take the time of ascent, separate the equation. It is u sin theta by g. U sin theta by g is the time of going up. The time taken by the body to reach the maximum height, the time it is called as time taken by the body to reach the maximum height is called as time of ascent. So time of ascent is directly depending upon the initial startup velocity. It is depending upon the startup velocity, and it also depends upon the sine theta. It depends upon the theta value. So sine theta should be considered for the startup velocity in the vertically up direction. Okay, g value is constant. So g value is constant. Taking the g value and taking the startup velocity with an angle theta, we can calculate the time of ascent. Time of ascent can be calculated by knowing the u value, theta value, and g is constant value, maybe 9.8 meter per second square or 10 meter per second square. You can take it, and if you calculate it, you will get the time of going up to reach the maximum height in the equation of parabola. Okay, all of you copy it out.